Hi, I'm JC, and this is Dad with JC, where I do a workout for 60 minutes, Monday through Friday. Um, I'm live on Twitch and TikTok, but I put all of my videos on YouTube for for the rest of the time apparently. I'm day 40 something into 46, I think, into this. Lost a few pounds, gained some muscle. I feel much better than I did when I started all this. And today I'm going to continue on with the core exercises. I have a list of things I want to do. So most of them are core here. And it's time to get started. So if you have anything you want to throw in the chat, feel free. Likes, follows, subscribes, it's all good. Keep them coming. And every once in a while, my dogs might stop by just to say hi. Who knows? Yesterday they stopped by. They stop by like once a week, although even though they're hovering around as we speak. Anyways, so I'll get started with core exercises. Right now, the first thing I have on my list is static jacks, 15 reps. So the hands move like jumping jacks, but the legs move only one at a time. So I'll do it a little side to side a little bit because I don't quite have enough room to move my arms freely this way. So here we go, static jacks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got my count wrong. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I'm doing 3 sets of the static jacks. So that was set number 1. I'm feeling much stronger these days than I did at the beginning. So I'm actually going to go through this a little quicker than I usually do. So, quick drink of water, big gulp of air, get started with my second set. It's 1, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Again, I'm going to take a couple gulps of air and get started again. There's a dog. Here's a dog. I don't know. Yeah, this guy's on camera now. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's like, why are you moving your arms like this? He thinks I'm in distress. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's just trying to help out, you know? So next set of static jacks coming up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's it. Static jacks are done. Next up, touchdowns. Bend the knees, touch the mat between feet with one hand. When standing up, heels off the mat. So 15 reps each hand. So here, I'm going to do one just to remind myself what it's like. I just bend my knees, touch the mat, then I bring my heels up off the ground. That's one. And then I have to double down with two hands. You know, one hand there, one hand there. That's one. That's how it goes. So here we go. 15 reps each side. One. Actually, I'll count one with my watch hand here. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was one set. That one winded me a little bit. I'll need a couple of seconds to catch my breath and move on again to the second set of what I'm calling touchdowns. Touchdown with one foot, raise my heels. Touchdown with the other foot, raise my heels. That's one rep. 15 reps makes a set. I'm doing 15 reps of that. Still a little winded. What I'm going to try to do this set is I'm going to try to breathe a little heavier while I'm doing it, so I'm not quite as winded at the end. Starting soon. Soon or coming right at it. Those are my keywords. I'm going to start in 3 to 5 seconds. So starting soon. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's second set. I did put a little bit more effort into breathing. I'm a little less winded at the end of the set this time than I was last time. Breathing's super important. If you come out of an exercise, or this is mainly me speaking for myself, I guess. If I come out of an exercise and I'm feeling a bit winded, for the next set, I'll up my game a little bit for the breathing, because I did feel better at the end of this set than at the first set, just because I paid a little bit more attention to my breathing. Still a little winded, but not quite as bad as the first set. Third set of touchdowns, I'm going to start after I slurp down a little water. Thirsty. Touchdowns coming up soon. $15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think that was an extra one. It's okay. I was picking up a little speed there. Nowhere near as winded. Well, it was my first set. I did focus a little bit more on my breathing. And honestly, in general, I'm doing a little better these days. So, I'm noticing all of these exercises are becoming a slight bit easier. That's expected, and it just feels good. Let's see, what's that? I think I was invited to something, but I'm in the middle of this. Knee slappers coming up. So that was my 3 sets of touchdowns. Next one up is knee slappers. I'm going to read my notes. Start with the hands mostly extended. While I'm holding the clipboard, I'm only going to extend the one hand. Bring both hands down to one knee. Knee comes up. And then you repeat with the other knee. Knee slappers. So that's 15 reps each. And I guess this will focus in on the core. So I'll do one side, the other side, that's 1 rep. I'm going to do 15 of those. 3 sets of this. I got more winded talking than I did during the last exercise, I think. Anyway, knee slappers coming up. Hands extended. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 set down, 2 sets to go, the knee slappers. This one, there is some contractions going on here through the core. I do feel it on my lower back a little bit as my legs come up and come back down. I guess in the coming back down part is where the back comes into play a little bit. In any case, yeah, there's a good bit of moving going on here. And I'm expecting my core to get at least a little bit of that workout. Catching a little corner of the workout. All right, that was my first set of knee slappers. I'll go to my second set. If I do an extra set here and there, I'm winded. My head isn't right. So I think I've only done 1 set. I might have done 2 sets. Doesn't matter. I'm going to keep doing these things. So second set of knee slappers coming up. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. I'm going to take 2 breaths of air and get right back to it. Starting soon. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for the knee slappers. I'm just pumping through this list. If I finish a little early, normally I don't finish through the whole list. I got 12 items of core to go through. If I finish, I'll throw in some stretches at the end. I'm really blowing through it. Yesterday's list, the list I had, I'd never really gone through the whole thing in time. I think I got through it in record time. I'm going to have to add things to my list, change the way I do things, just so it takes a little longer, because I'm able to get it done now. It's kind of exciting. All right, knee leans. I have some notes here for the knee leans. Start with hands together in front of the chest. So like this, I guess. One knee up, then lean to the side. Knee bends and bounces back up. Other leg remains straight. After 15, switch knees. So 15 one side, 15 to the other side. Switching knees. 3 sets of this. So for this, I kind of don't want to slide so much. I'm going to do it to this side. Yeah. I'll be on my profile a little bit. So hands together in front of me, I guess in prayer position or something. Knees up, and I'm going to lean that way 15 times. 15, 14, engaging my core, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching to the other leg. 15 on this leg as well. Hands together in front of my chest. Knee up. And then I lean to the side for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was one set. I did one on each side of each leg. So I got 2 more sets of the knee leans coming up. I hope someone's doing these exercises because it's doing me a world of good. I'm feeling much stronger, much better. The more I read about this, the more important diet is. I've changed my diet some. I have to change it a little bit more. So, still got too much cheese in my diet. I've had some success cutting back on the cheese. I think I might just go cheese free. Honestly, I don't need cheese in my diet anymore because cheese is like, I think mostly fat. So there used to be a time where I was really dependent on the cheese for whatever, and now I think I just have it because I used to have it a lot, and I don't need it. I'm getting rid of the fats. That's one of my major sources of fat in my diet. In any case, I'll be quiet now. Second set of knee leans coming up. Hands in front of the chest in prayer position. One of the knees up. Lean off to the side for 15. 14. Oh, this feels great. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, getting started for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 sets down. I need a few seconds to catch my breath. I'm almost caught up on my breath actually, but I'll take a sip of water too. This is supposed to be core exercises. I'm really feeling it on my lower back. Lots of strength. I don't feel sore per se, but I feel like a lot of this came from my lower back. I mean, a lot of it makes sense that it'd be core from the front here too. I'm going to try to isolate. On this next set, I'm going to see if I can isolate my front core area a little bit more. So here we go. I'll start with this leg on this side, going for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching legs, hands in prayer position in front of my chest again, knee up and leaning off to the other side for 15, focusing on the front core. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was 3 sets of knee leans. Next up is static mountain climbers. If I remember correctly, they end up looking more like burpees. But mountain climbers and burpees, they're similar. They're cut from the same cloth. So, I have some notes on the static mountain climber, so I'll read them off. Start standing, bring hands to the mat in front of the feet. Bring one leg back, then the other leg back straight. And come on back. So 15 reps of this, 3 sets. So, all right. My dog's gonna witness all of this. She's right there. Some of you might be able to see her on the camera. She's a good girl. Who's a good girl? She said she is. Okay. Oh, my other dog says he's a good boy. Who's a good boy? He says he is. Now, I know he's on camera. He's moving around my mats. He's such a good boy. I guess this is a bit of a delay tactic. I didn't really call him, but I felt I was going to intrude on her space with my static mountain climbers. But I keep forgetting. Every time I call her name out or address her, he comes running because he's like that. All right. Here we go. Static mountain climbers. 15 of these. 14. 13. 12. 11. 'He's worried about me. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. That's one set of the static mountain climbers. Honestly, as I struggled a little bit through that. As much as I struggled through this set a little bit, I had a much more difficult time previous times when I've done this exercise. I think I used to do it quicker. When you do something quicker, you can go kind of plow through the pain points a little bit and skip through some of the muscle building. I went a little slower this time. Going a little slower forces all the muscles that are supposed to be involved to do a little bit of work. And sweat just kind of gushed off my face and my head. There's a little puddle right there at the front of my mat. That's a good sign. Well, at least I'm taking it as a good sign. I've said this before, but you never want to feel any pain while you're doing these. Soreness in the muscles, fine. Pain in the joints is not fine. And I struggled a little bit through this one. That was just one set. I have 2 more sets coming up. But honestly, I think I fared much better this time around than on previous attempts. So I'm pretty happy about that. My body's reacting good. The sweat is just pouring out. It means I'm properly hydrated, I guess. A couple more breaths and I'll get started again. Coming up soon, 15 static mountain climbers. $15. 14. 13. 12. 11. 10. 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. That was the second set of static mountain climbers. Honestly, I think I felt a little muscle growth there. As I was going through, the muscles, every single last one of them, starting to engage. I don't think I felt that before on this particular exercise with the static mountain climbers. But all those muscles, they're starting to act together like a team. I mean, I got a little muscle man diagram here. There's a lot of muscles going on. And I probably didn't have all of them working together quite the way, the perfect way, whatever that is. But there's some good stuff happening there. I'm going to need to take 3 more breaths of air before I get started with the next set of static mountain climbers. It's my last set of static mountain climbers for the day. In the past, it's been really questionable for me to do these. Like, I was on the edge of hurting my arms or my legs or my knees or my elbows, God knows what. But I'm not feeling like I'm on the edge right now. Although my feet are kind of questionable. I shouldn't think too much into it. My feet are feeling a little questionable right now. Amongst all of these exercises, I've added some wrist and ankle exercises. I do every once in a while, every 2-3 weeks. Yeah, I guess every 2 weeks now. I think I needed to throw something in there for the feet and feet alone, because they're complaining to me a little bit right now, and I haven't dedicated an hour to them. I'd probably only do feet like once or twice a month, but it would be worth throwing in. Just maybe I'll do a foot and hand day, since I have an ankle and wrist day. Probably not a bad idea. I gotta stretch my foot here. I'm gonna stretch my foot a little bit. I'm just pushing my toe into, I'm bending my toe over. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm kind of, the camera should grab it. I'm kind of bending my toe over just to flex the foot a little bit. So flexing is back this way. I guess unflexing it, flexing it open the other way. That's feeling good. I have to show my foot some exercise. It'll just have to be some other day though. Okay. I'm pretty much caught up with my breath. My feet are feeling a little bit better after stretching them. And I'm ready to take on the last set of static mountain climbers. 15 reps coming up. Hands down. One leg back, second leg back, leg forward, and up for 15. 14. 13. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hot dog. Wow. That was 3 sets of static mountain climbers. I've done them faster before, but I must say, this is probably the best one I've done. I felt I was in control the whole time. I didn't really feel any little hiccups in my joints. My muscles felt like they're in tune. And I left a little puddle of sweat here at the front of the mat. A little disgusting, but understandable. I need some water, and I'm gonna catch up on my breath here just a little bit. All right, next up, sitting crunches. So apparently I'm going to be sitting. My knees are up and bent, hands behind my seat. Extend my legs some, lean back some. So I'll extend, contract, extend, contract. 12 reps, 3 sets of this. All right, coming up here. So first thing first, catching up on my breath just a little bit more as I get down in the seated position. I honestly don't think I've ever had such a big puddle of sweat. So my hands are supposed to be right behind my seat, my legs up with my knees bent, and extend and contract for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In between sets here, I'm going to catch up on my breath a little bit. Maybe say hi to a dog or so. That one, he's not camera shy. Although he is taking a nap. But he's a little pocket of eye candy. That's what he is. All right. Next set of sitting crunches. Second set of sitting crunches. Again, my hands are going to be just behind my seat. My knees are bent. My body is back. I'm going to crunch for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, breathe, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Second set, felt a little bit better. I think I executed it a little bit better. Still not quite where I wanted to be, but a little bit better than my first set. Gonna catch up on my breath here, like 3 or 4 more breaths, and I'll finish up with the last set of the sitting crunches. One more breath. Big one. And getting ready for the sitting crunch position. Hands right behind my seat. Legs extended, knees bent. And crunching for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Sitting crunch is complete. Next up, leg lifts. 12 reps, 3 sets. I'm just gonna lift my legs up and down, both of them. Up and down, just like that. My back's gonna be on the floor here. Yeah, I guess you'll just see my legs come up and down. I'll point a little bit diagonally. That should help a little bit with the camera. There we go. It's just a touch. I still need to catch on by my breath here. Just 2 more breaths. In the past, I've liked the leg lifts. A little unsure now, so I guess I'll comment after my first set. All right, here we go. Getting ready for the leg lifts. Legs more or less straight. When I do my leg lifts, I'm not going to have my feet go all the way to the floor. I'm going to try to keep a little space. So, going up for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna catch up on my breath a little bit. That was kind of mid. Like, it wasn't harder than I thought it would be. It wasn't easier than I thought it would be. It was right in the middle. Gonna go straight to my second set here while I'm in the proper position anyways. So, here we go. Set of 12 leg lifts. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 1. I'll sit up for a couple breaths. Thanks for the likes. I really appreciate it. I'm a little winded. I got one more set of leg lifts coming up. It felt like I executed that set of leg lifts a little bit better than the first set. Focusing more on the core, focusing on my form. I try to come up nice and strong the whole way through, not just flinging. The thing of the first set, I flung my legs a little bit more. This time I controlled a little bit better. I'll try to do the same for the third set. 2 more breaths of air, and I'll get right back to it. Coming up soon. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for the leg lifts. 3 sets of leg lifts, complete. Thanks for the legs. Okay, next up is high plank. I'm going to be in the push-up position, just the high part of the push-up position. If you can't keep, and I'm just going to hold that for 30 seconds at a time. I'm going to do 3 sets of that. And if you can't hold it up from your feet, there's an option to drop to your knees. I prefer my feet. Putting my knees down actually feels like it hurts me more than the feet, so I'm going to be doing the feet. In any case, for 30 seconds, I don't like to count that high. It's hard to keep the cadence, especially when you're straining. So I set my timer for 35 seconds, which gives me 5 seconds to get in position after I start my timer. So this is going to be essentially a high push-up position. I'm just going to hold it there. So I'm going to say start my timer. It gives me 5 seconds to get in position, and then I'll call time when the 30 seconds are up. So starting the timer now. In the high plank, holding for 30 seconds. I guess I could talk about my day here a little bit. Day went fine. I ate pretty good. Probably had too much cheese today. I'm a little sensitive about the cheese intake. So I'm going to try to cut out some of the cheese. I really need to cut out all the cheese. I have zero need for cheese these days. Like I said before, I was hooked on it, and now it's time to let it go. I have other foods I can eat. Proteins, a little bit of carbs. That's time. So I'll take a few breaths, catch up on my breath, and get back after I catch up a little bit on my breath. But 30 seconds of planking. I think the ideal is 2 minutes. People talk about the ideal length of a plank is 2 minutes because it really gets you going there. For the purposes of the video, to keep it interesting, give me a chance to talk a little bit, I keep it to 30 seconds. 30 seconds, a few times through. For someone who's getting started, like myself, I think 30 seconds is fine, especially considering I'm piling up these workouts back to back to back pretty close. I don't see, when most people do these workout videos, I don't see them piling them up quite this close. But I got some little time constraints. I want to keep everything to 60 minutes. So I keep it nice and packed. 60 minutes of hard-hitting workout, more or less. Okay, getting back to plank position. Starting my 35-second timer now. I'm in the high plank. I'll talk about my day more. Lately, I've been wanting to drink a little bit more water. I did drink some water today. Probably not quite as much as I would have wanted to drink. So after this set, I'll probably go grab a sip of water here. My water intake's good though. I wouldn't be sweating this much if my water intake was bad. Thanks for the likes. And so yeah. That part of my day went fairly decently. And that's time. Okay, here we go. And like as I said, grabbing some water. Feeling a little parched right now. I sweated out a lot of this stuff. The dog deserves some likes. He's a good dog. All right, one more set of the high planks. I'm not quite sure what I'll talk about during this set, but maybe I could talk about somebody's fur. It's one of my favorite subjects. All right, getting close to the plank position. Setting my timer for 35 seconds now. Planking now. So I'll talk about the dog fur. So he has his summer cut on now. I cut his fur about a few days ago, maybe last week. And apparently his fur was really matted down. He had little knots all over his fur, around his collar especially. So I think he's a lot happier now that all the little knots are gone. And when he runs around, he's more free. I think the knots were hurting him a little bit, and I just didn't realize it until now, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, he's a happy little guy, so that's time. All right, here we go. That was 3 sets of planks, 30-second planks. Very exciting, very high impact. Still pouring out sweat everywhere. Let me check on the time here. Okay, doing good on the time. Next up is arms up sit-ups. So it's just a regular sit-up, other than the arms are up at a 45-degree angle. With normal sit-ups, my hands are around my temples or maybe across my chest here. But with arms up sit-ups, they're up at 45 degrees. I'm going to do 12 reps, just 2 sets though. Okay. I'm a big fan of sit-ups. There's a lot of people that say don't do sit-ups, it's bad for your back. I guess I've been doing sit-ups all my life and never really had any serious back issue. Every now and again, my back, But I mean, that could go for any body part or any muscle. Every now and again, it complains a little bit and then it goes away. Honestly, my back's been one of my more consistently healthy areas. Okay, 45-degree arms up sit-ups. Coming up soon. So my knees are bent, my arms are up, and I'm going to do 12 sit-ups. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was one set. One more set coming up. I try to engage the core, try to connect it with my legs a little bit, connect it to my shoulders a little bit, just get everything working together as a team, I guess, team of muscles. That's what I really need. I play tennis. I mention this every episode, I think once or twice, or 3 times. I like the word thrice, but I don't think most people like the word thrice. I'll just go 3 times. But arms up sit-ups coming up. Did someone else like the word thrice? I thought I saw a like up there. Anyways, arms up sit-ups coming up. Arms up for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was focusing in on the muscles. I'm glad I stopped at the 1 because I was really engaged in these things. Okay, next up, I have time for it. Alternating V-ups. Hands to opposite leg toes. Alternating V-ups. Boy, I should have watched the video for this. I mean, when I write these notes, I know what I'm writing, but it's been a while apparently. Hands to opposite leg toes. So alternating V-ups. I'm trying to picture this. Hands here, hands there, hand here, hands there. Is one leg coming up? I need to add to my notes. But I'm just going to do one leg at a time. We'll see if that works. So 6 to each side. 1, 12 total. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That felt like a good workout. I don't really think that's what I was going for with these notes, but I'll live with it. I'm just going to do a second set of that. I got to catch my breath and I'll get to it. Two more breaths. I want to catch up with my breath a little bit better. So I can, when I'm doing the exercise, I'll try to breathe some more too. When I'm out of breath at the end of the exercise, it just means I wasn't breathing right during the exercise. And it's not as helpful. Here we go. Alternating V up side to side. 12 in total, 6 to one side, 6 to the other. I'm alternating them. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was good. Next up is it's called jackknife. So start laying flat, hands up, legs out. So I guess kind of just laid out, legs all the way flat, hands all the way up above my head. Bringing the hands to the knees, bringing the knees to the hands. Gotcha. So it's like a jackknife. I gotcha. So it's just bringing everything together. So everything starts really far away, bringing it closer together. 12 reps of that, 2 sets. Okay. So my knees are going to come up. My hands are going to go there for 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to catch up on my breath. Just slightly out of breath here. I'm going to do another set of 12. And that's going to do it. I'm right at the 60 minutes now. And that's where I want to keep these things, right around 60 minutes. Second set of jackknives coming up now. Twelve, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it for that. Okay. I'll sign off here after. I like to end on a forward fold. My name is JC. This has been Dad Bod with JC. I'm going to do a quick forward fold. Relax the back, the back of my legs, my shoulders, my neck, the top of my head, my arms, and breathe. And coming back out. Thanks to anyone who joined. Please like, follow, subscribe, whatever works best for you. And we'll see you next time.